Hey, this is Marcus Washington here at Xfinity Center, of course, for the latest concert worth of music and pregame here for Maryland and Penn State. Maryland coming off of a loss to Indiana. Penn State has lost 4 in a row, including their last outing, which was a home loss to Bucknell. For keys tonight for Maryland, one starts with being able to handle Penn State's pressure, which means guys like Jameer Young and other primary ball handlers for Maryland will have to be able to attack the Penn State press and the Penn State defense at a comfortable pace. They're going to want to get it up and down. We've all seen Mike Rose at VCU. They're willing to give up layups at the beginning of games if they can establish a very, very hectic pace. So, in a perfect world, what you do is you make them pay for doing it by getting easy baskets, but you get the easy baskets as something that you're comfortable with. Bucknell was different. Bucknell just slowed everything down. But Maryland's offense and where it is now, if someone's willing to give you some easy baskets, you got to take those easy baskets, which leads us to our next key, which is Maryland's offense. It's not a secret that the offense has struggled, especially from the three-point line. They have not been able to consistently knock down threes. It's hurt them immensely because when they don't score and they have these quick possessions, they don't get to set up their defense. And let's not be naive here. This team right now is still a defense-first team. They have to get stops because the offense just isn't where it's ultimately going to end up being. So, making shots, making threes, making Penn State have to extend out their defense is a key. Because, look, Bucknell had a couple of stretch bigs that stretched out Penn State's defense, and then it opened up everything from backdoor cuts to ISO post-ups to everything else for Bucknell's offense. For Maryland's got to be the same thing. Don't let Penn State just jam up the driving lanes and jam up the gaps and dare you to shoot and then not make shots. Last but not least, hey, it's great to be home, right? There's a promotion here. It looks like they're giving away with a bunch of red T-shirts here. For Maryland, they have to feed off being at home. Remember when they struggled earlier, they did a lot of traveling, had the odd tournament thingy down there in Asheville. Now they've been home for a while, familiar area, a lot of practices being together. Now Maryland needs to start to see the benefit of having been home and being relaxed and being familiar because they don't want to start off at 0-2 in the Big Ten, and no one does. But when you're picked third to finish in the conference, these 2 December games, which I still don't like, and I can understand why coaches don't like these games, because it's like, unless you're bringing back a bunch of guys, you are trying to learn about your team with games that ultimately count towards the conference and the conference tournament. So for Maryland, it's very important. For Penn State, it's very important. Penn State, 4-game losing streak. They're trying to break that too. Both teams should be hungry tonight, which means it should be a great game at BTN at 7 p.m. Maryland, Penn State.